Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this transfer news as it has been reported that Barcelona have proposed Inter Milan swap deal between Frank Kessie and this experienced pivot Marcelo Brozovic. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Pablo Torre, as it have been reported that Barcelona are looking to send the midfield prospect on loan next season, but the player wants to stay. We are going to be discussing on that as well. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. The Barcelona board has been quite busy working out a plan to resign Messi ahead of the new season, but the club are also working on the prospect of signing other players in the coming transfer window as well. One of them could be a midfielder, Marcelo Brozovic. According to Kessie-Brozovič, Barcelona have tabled a fresh offer for Brozovic recently, offering Inter Milan a direct swap deal involving Frank Kessie. Kessié has been one of Barcelona's most consistent midfielders since the start of the year. The Ivorian, who had a disastrous start to his life at Camp Nou, has played a crucial role in helping Barcelona in the absence of the injured Pedri and Frenkie de Jong. However, with Barcelona in a financial crunch and in desperate need of a new defensive midfielder, the club are favoring a move for Brozovic. As a result, they are ready to sacrifice Frank Kessie. A holding midfielder by trade, Brozovic is known for his ability to circulate the ball and control the tempo of the game. He also has ample experience at the highest level of football, having featured in 328 competitive matches for Inter Milan. Brozovic could prove to be an ideal short-term replacement for Busquets, who is set to leave at the end of the season. Barcelona have been looking for a long-term replacement for Busquets this summer, but the addition of Brozovic could buy them some time, potentially allowing them to sign a better player in 2024. And for Frank Kessie, the Ivorian has never shown any desire to leave Barcelona since joining the club last summer. But given the club's economic conditions, he might have no choice but to call on early end in his career at Camp Nou. Inter Milan for Japan have been tracking Frank Kessie for a long time too, and will not be averse to a direct swap deal involving the Ivorian and Brozovic. However, it remains to be seen whether or not the two players are interested in this operation. It has been a difficult season for Frank Kessie, but when given the opportunity, Frank Kessie have delivered. And I think it will be really harsh for Barcelona to kick Frank Kessie out of the club. But as we all know, we know the conditions, the tough conditions that Barca are in right now financially. So if anything happens like that, it would be the biggest surprise. I mean, if Barca come to a situation where their hands are tied, they might take some drastic decisions, to sell in one big name player in order to at least balance the books. And of course, that is something that might just happen. So this report about a potential swap deal between Inter Milan's Brozovic and Frank Kessie is something that can actually happen. But from the look of things, the players might not accept that. Frank Kessie have always said he wants to stay. Frank Kessie's agent have always lauded that no matter the rumors that they have been getting about a potential exit, Frank Kessie is here to stay. Frank Kessie have been taking time to adapt into the Barca's style of play, and he has been doing well. Whenever given the opportunity by manager Xavi, Frank Kessie have not made any kind of error to say, no, this guy doesn't deserve to be a starter or a player in Barca colours. He has done his best to show what he's got, and he also has some goal scoring instinct. He's a midfielder with a difference. He's not the best technically. We know that Frank Kessie is not a technical player, by the way. That Xavi wished that he was technical, but I think Frank Kessie offers something different to the game. He's more physical, and we don't have such. We really need a physical midfielder. It shouldn't be all about technicality and flair in midfield, but when you mix those two, the blending is good. And I think Xavi should also know that football changes, time changes. It's not all about having same kind of player that you had yesteryears. It doesn't work that way. I think even Pep Guardiola, the Man City boss, knows more than that. He knows that he can he can take such players like Frank Kessie and still be a world-class midfielder. It's not all about you must be a technical player before you play in my team. It doesn't work like that. So let's see how it goes for Frank Kessie, whose future still looks so bleak as it stands. And I think he should be there next season. But if push comes to shove, it shouldn't be a surprise that Barca can cash in on him in order to balance the team, to balance the squad, and most importantly comply with the financial fair play rules. Then on to the final story of discussion. It was always going to be an uphill battle for Pablo Torre to see minutes in his first season at Barca, competing against the likes of Pedri, Gonzalez, Gavi, Frankie, Sergio Busquets, Frank Kessie for a place in the team. 20-year-old Pablo Torre was understandably the last choice midfielder for Xavi Hernandez. The departure of Sergio Busquets takes the young star one step higher on the rung for the time being. However, he could find himself back where he started if Barca's pursuit of Ilkay Gundogan bears fruit in the coming window. According to a report from Sport, Barcelona want to send Torre out on loan to a La Liga team next season. However, the young phenom believes he can make his mark under Xavi Hernandez in 2023-24 season, and he is pushing to stay. Barcelona understand that regular playing time is a necessity for the young star's development at this stage of his career. Yet, the manager has his hands tied and understandably cannot guarantee the player minutes. In fact, this is not the first time Barca had tried to send the player out for experience. The manager insisted last season that Torre should join up with the Barca Athletics side to acclimatize with the club's playing style and develop his profile. On that occasion too, he refused to budge. Reports suggest that the club staff are unsatisfied with the youngster's behavior off the field, and many even see it to be the reason behind his drought for game time. Xavi personally intervened to ensure that the prodigy signed for Barca, but for one reason or the other, Torre's first season has far from lived up to the expectations. Torre has only made 7 appearances in the league this season and has created one big chance in that duration. He got his first start for the club just last month and even produced a fine display on that game against Valladolid. So a final decision will be made after pre-season, looking at the youngster's impact on the field and what he can bring to the table. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.